What's up, everyone? Back again with another book, and today we have Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss. Now, Tim Ferriss is the author of the 4-Hour Work Week and 4-Hour Body and 4-Hour Chef. Very creative guy, and this book is the conclusion of all the podcasts that he made. He has a YouTube channel where he hosts or invites very famous celebrities and athletes and people who he calls titans, entrepreneurs and so on, and he asks them many questions on their health and wealth and happiness and success and the tools that they have used to reach that success. And he gathered all the information from these interviews and he put it in one book, which is the book that we have today, Tools of Titans. And the book is, the conclusion of all the interviews and the tools and advice that he has from all these titans, and it's divided onto 3 parts: healthy, wealthy, and wise, as he thinks these are the 3 elements that each one needs in their lives: to be healthy and wealthy and wise, to enjoy that health and wealth and use it properly. There are, of course, many tools in this book and, tens of interviews with athletes and many famous people. For example, the book starts with a foreword from Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he told him about his life story and his success. And he started with something that he always repeats, which is having a vision. If you have a vision for the thing that you want to have and you work towards that vision, of course, we talked before on what you need, which is knowing your goal. If you have a clear vision on what you have, you are going to reach it. Arnold, for example, imagined his body and becoming the best bodybuilder in the world, becoming Mr. Olympia, and he did that. And then he imagined himself becoming the most famous actor, even though his accent was very thick and his name was very hard to pronounce, but he did that and he also became the governor of California. There are many tools and many advice of the book. I recommend reading it. Let's go in general on some tools and some advice, and then to go to my favorite tool, which is fear setting. So let's start with healthy. Being healthy is something that you have to make a priority in your life so that your body carries you at an old age. And it's very simple. It's not, as we say, it's not chemistry. It's not rocket science. It's just train, eat, sleep, repeat. This is what you need. You need to train every day. You need to exercise. Do something, take a walk, do some cardio, go to the gym, do some exercise, any type of exercise that keeps your body healthy and fit and keeps your heart rate up is very good. And eat healthy. Again, you are going to see the result of what you sow right now. You are going to reap at an old age. You are going to see all the fat and burger and the fast food and all the junk that you eat is going to damage your health in the future. So eating not so tasty food right now is going to pay off later on in the future. And of course, having good amount of sleep and many things you can do in order for you to improve your health. So this is the first element. Have it a priority in your life and your family so that your body carries you when you need it. And the second element is wealth. Of course, everyone has his own definition of wealth, but we are talking about financial wealth. And when we talk about financial wealth, we don't, define it into just a general definition like, we need millions and we need a business, we need to travel and so on. Everyone has his or her own definition and reasons. So you need financial independence to provide for your family because, tough times might come and the economy and so on, and you want to be ready. You want to provide for your family. You want to enjoy the freedom that financial independence and freedom provide for you, and you want to buy gifts. You want to buy memories. You want to buy things that last, and you want to leave an impact on the world. So, of course, that's easier said than done, but in order for you to have financial stability, you have to have 2 things to consider. First, provide a quality need, right? Something of value, something the world needs. What do you have? Do you have skills? Do you have languages? Do you have knowledge? Do you have a product? Do you have a service? You have to have something. You have to have something of value, not just thinking that you need money is going to get you money. You are going to work hard and offer the world something they need. The second thing to consider is solving problems. Look at what the world needs and what the world needs to be fixed and have a solution for that. Work on that. Just specialize on something and then monetize. Then people will come to you as you are the best known for solving this problem. And the last side is wise. Why do you need wisdom in life? Wisdom is one of the greatest gifts you could have because it's basically using your health and using your wealth for the better good for yourself and your family and for all people in the world. One of the things that stop people from moving in life is making a decision, and that is because of fear. All of us have dreams and aspirations and goals and things we want to pursue, but we are afraid. We are afraid to take that step. We are afraid to lose, to get rejected, to fail. We are afraid to start our projects. We are afraid to travel. We are afraid to propose. We are afraid, and so on. And every one of us is afraid. This is why one of my favorite tools of the book is fear settings. It's like goal setting. Fear setting is a very simple way to making a decision and see how can you apply it. So how does this work? You have a paper and a pen right now. Write on top of this paper, what if? And write a goal that you want to reach. Write a decision that you want to make and you have been postponing this decision for a while. What if? What if, for example, I start this project? What if I travel? What if, and so on. Let's say traveling. What if I travel? All right? Underneath what if and your decision, write define. And write from 1 to 10 points, define your fear. Define the worst case scenario, the worst thing that could happen if you make this decision. So for example, what if I travel? First, I can feel so bad. I feel so lonely. I lose my money. I don't have a job. Someone would steal my money. I would not find a home in this country or whatever. I might not learn the language. And all the fear that you have from making the decision of traveling, write it down in your definition. Next to it, write prevent. What can you do to stop all the bad things from happening? So for example, I could, if I fear that I lose my money, I could travel on a low cost. I don't have to travel with a lot of money. If I fear that someone would steal me, I would live, for example, with someone I know. So write what can you do to prevent or at least reduce the damage that could happen from this. And the last column, write down repair. What can you do to fix any bad thing that could happen? So if something bad happened to you, if you lost your money or if someone stole you, whatever, what can you do to repair that? Or can you fix that? So if you look at this paper, you realize that some things are not as difficult as they seemed. Some of your fears, some of your biggest fears and biggest decisions could be actually easily repaired. And this is on the first paper, all right? You write down what if, write down your decision, and then write down the definition of your fears and the worst thing that could happen, and how can you prevent that, and how can you repair it if it happened. On the next paper, or on the back of this paper, write down what could happen, what are the advantages of making that decision, what might be beneficial for you at success or at partial success. If you succeeded halfway, just 50% success, what are the best things that could happen to you? If you succeeded 100%, what are the advantages and the blessings that you could have from making that decision? All right. And on the bottom, which is the most important element in my opinion, what is the cost of indecision? What if you did not make any decision? What if you did not do anything? If you did not take that decision and you let fear control you, how would your life be in 6 months, in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, if you did not make that decision? And believe me, your future, your best possible version, your best self, your best life is on the other side of your fears. All right, let me repeat that. Your best possible version is on the other side of your fears. You are afraid to take that step, to travel, to start your project, to learn the language, to be free. You are afraid to do that, but believe me, defining your fear and making that step is going to give you a lot of possible opportunities and things you might not even imagine can come your way, and you might be one day one of the titans that are mentioned in this book. I hope that you find some of these tools beneficial and that you define your fears and break them, and I hope to see you next time.